Hello, and welcome to Absurd TV, the Parks Report. The place where all the news you thought you wanted to know but really didn't want to know is told to you as news. Let's talk about Bill Gates. Well, a little bit of an earthquake. Bill Gates is trying to block the sun. I know what you're saying, impossible. How can this be done? Well, he has teamed up with a startup company called Make Sunsets. Very nice, very pretty, very calming type thing. Make sunsets. And the idea is to send giant balloons up over, well, I think they're starting in Mexico, up over Mexico, and to release particles, reflective particles, aerosols, particles that will deflect the sunlight and the radiation from the sun and, in theory, cool the earth. Now, that's not the only thing Bill Gates is trying to do. He's working with Harvard University for something called, and I'm going to read it because it's really too much for my mind. It is called Stratospheric Controlled Perturbation Experiment. Perturbation. Perturbation rhymes with something else that Bill Gates probably does since he can't go to Epstein Island no longer. And anyways, the theory behind this is that what they do is they send up balloons, which is scary when you think about the balloon that the Chinese sent across the country not so long ago. What might they have been dropping? But whatever, that was Uncle Joey. But the plan is to send up these balloons and to release non-toxic dust, something like calcium carbonate, to block the sun, sort of like when a volcano explodes and blocks the sun as a way of preventing global warming. Now, I don't know where you stand on the global warming issue, or climate change as it's now called, because the Earth is basically cooling. But, the climate change is actually the seasons, but that's, I'm not a scientist. What the heck do I know? Like Bill Gates, he's a scientist, pharmacist, vaccination guy, sort of. He's rich, so therefore he has more power and people believe what he has to say. But when they were saying that our polar ice caps are melting, the polar ice cap on Mars was melting as well. Now, I don't know, perhaps the government's not telling us about little green men or things like that, but I don't know of any cars or manufacturing on Mars that would cause the ice cap on Mars to melt. I don't know, perhaps it's the sun, the solar flares, things like that, things that occur naturally. But now it's actually the ice packs are starting to get a little thicker and the Earth is cooling. Not that you would know that. So let me just say this. Mr. Gates has a different plan in mind. He's not just trying to protect the Earth, he's trying to depopulate the Earth, okay? And I don't know, it's always something sort of scary when man tries to mess with Mother Nature. It's basically asking for disaster. And what happens if it goes wrong and they put too much dust up, or the dust doesn't do what they think it's going to do, and the next thing you know, 90 Days of Darkness. Okay? Perhaps that's the next movie that they could do for Netflix. 90 Days of Darkness. Okay? So just be aware. When you see balloons flying around, bad enough we have the chemtrails and stuff like that going into the air. Now they're going to put little particles and non-toxic stuff into the air, if you believe that, and try to block the sun and kill us all. And to protect us from the very dangerous radiation and global warming, climate change. So that's it from here. But next up, we're going to have a man who's definitely into conspiracies, and that will be the tinfoil hat guy, who you'll see next. Ready? Take it away, tinfoil.
Hey man, thanks JG, I appreciate it. I'm broadcasting from a unknown, unspecified location because I'm getting too close to the truth about a lot of things. What I want to talk to you today about is the Mike Tomlin conspiracy. That's right, Mike Tomlin. NFL is in cahoots with the Steelers so that Mike Tomlin keep his job. Now think about it. You just had a game where, man, it's windy out here too, and your hat is not blocking the signals. Man, the police will be down here if I ain't careful. Your hat been taking a beating lately. But the NFL working with with the Pittsburgh Steelers and referees to keep Mike Tomlin's job in Pittsburgh. Think about it. You had a catch that wasn't a catch. You had an unnecessary roughness that wasn't unnecessary roughness. And then you had a fumble, an interception, a fumble, interception. And then you had a face mask that wasn't called either. And the Steelers won. And now they got the news that T.J. Watt not feeling so great, may not be playing Monday night. And the Steelers are, well, man, they're 11-1 without the big guy, right? I'm sorry, 1-11 without the big guy. Man, that's up you messing with my head. So what they're doing is now they're manipulating the weather. They're manipulating the weather. And what they're doing is they're going to make it cold and snowy on Monday night so that the Steelers will win the game and get Mike Tomlin even closer to his, no losing season record, or keep that record going. That's all I'm saying. So what you got to watch out for, man, it's going to be like 13-6 Steelers because they're going to be snowy and cold, and them Dolphins are going to be like a frozen fish dinner. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And if you think about it, you know the NFL's dirty. Did you see the end of that Raiders game? No time left, and the Raiders kicking a field goal to cover the point spread? Shucks, man. Tell me it ain't in there. Evil. That's right, man. The NFL, man, they evil. And it ain't right. But maybe after we expose this scam, man, maybe after we expose it, things will go normal. Peace out, bros. Watch out. The man's always around. Oop, I think I see him now. Bye.